Okay, so I thought what might be helpful is just a recap of what's been going on this week so that you can kind of understand even better technical analysis. So, a couple things. If you remember the video that I sent you, I kept showing that the market every day was rejecting this band, right? So, last Thursday, Friday, Monday, Tuesday, then what happens? We have the Federal Reserve meeting and we break above the band. Once you were able to break above the band, which is what was prior resistance, it then turned to support. So you could see in the morning yesterday of FOMC, we came down, we touched the band, and what do we do? Ricochet higher. Well, a couple things. One, I had my pre-market high already marked. Why did I not have my pre-market low? Well, because it's already in the band. So it's already, self-identified, right? And what happens? Powell talks 11:30, which is right about here, and then the market pushes all the way up into supply. We end up, before the day ended, rejecting it. Where did we reject to? Back to the pre-market high. So you have to remember, when the market is changing direction, it's seeking out liquidity. Liquidity is what causes an imbalance to make the market go from where it is to where it was, right? Where it is, up here, back to where it was. Two, then what happened in the after hours? Back to where it was. And now what happened this morning on the market open? We got a pop above it. Now, why would I not go long above this pop? Well, two reasons. One, if I did, I would wait for it to retest, which it did right here. So you could have taken a long position at 6:52 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. But it was pretty darn short-lived because the market was having a hard time pushing higher. Then what happened? Guys, just keep this really, really simple. You failed back below yesterday's high, the pre-market high, and then what did it do? It went down and it sought liquidity. Where did they get the liquidity from? The prior day that was support. So once that fails, where do you think it's going to? Well, this band of buyers is already gone. How did they get wiped out? They got wiped out when the market moved higher. So then after we flushed, where are we sitting? Literally right now. It was the same point as my last video, which was support, support, support. Where are we sitting right now? 542.74, 543. We're getting a little bit of a bounce, right? So where do I think this market is going to before the day is up? If we break this level, 542.74, guess what? We're going right down here to 541.92. Will we get there? I don't know. There's still, it's 10 o'clock. We have 3 hours left in the market. Why would anybody step in front of this freight train and think it's going to bounce higher? Especially unemployment numbers came in poorly. ISM manufacturing numbers, guess what? Came in poorly. So am I going to play this to the downside for the 542 put? No, because it's super expensive right now. It's, $135, $136. And that's pretty much right at the money. And why would I not do that? Well, because there's not enough juice for the premiums to move because we're only going to drop to here. Remember what I've shared before is you need at least a good 50-cent move on some volatility for the options to explode. Well, there's not a lot of volatility. We're just now drifting lower, right? There's no more panic. The panic happened all the way up here. This is where you made your money, right? So what did we do? We come down, we push back into the middle of the zone, head lower. Try to push up, fail it, lower, lower, lower. Now we're just flirting with this. So these have been on my chart. I didn't put these on here today. These are still on here from earlier in the week. So when you draw your supply and demand and you have your liquidity levels, just leave them. Eventually, the market will revisit them at some point in time. Now, would I keep all my levels, all the way down from the 450s? No, because I want to clean up my charts. But you can see that we had this gap down here, and now this is support. So where are we headed to? Well, looks like we're headed lower. So find some patience with the market. Trust your intuition. Don't get caught up in the chop and the exuberance and, oh my gosh, we just broke above the pre-market high. Why would I not take this trade? You guys should know me. Why would I not take the break above the pre-market high? Well, really, technically, the pre-market high was a little bit higher, but this was the high of day from yesterday. And therefore, you need a zone or a level to hold. So you don't buy on the breakout, you buy on the support to head higher. So, if I wanted to, yep, I could have had a level here of the pre-market high. I didn't have it. And the reason being is this level was stronger, right? This was yesterday's high pushed way down. The pre-market pushed up right to it and then pushed down. We pushed up to it, pushed down, pushed up to it, pushed down. So I knew this level was strong, and if we broke above it, I needed a retest before I would go long. Now, if you waited for it to break the pre-market high to automatically enter a trade, your retest was a failed candle. So you had no touch to go higher. And then what's happening? The 9 and the 21 EMAs are rolling over. We drop below VWAP. We're now dropping below the 200 SMA. And it is a trend day to the downside to print money with puts. So I'm hoping this is helping. And I promise you, I will keep doing more of these. And if there's any questions you have or you want to send me your levels, send me your charts, I'm happy to look at them. But patience is what's going to win in this game. We are now on a downtrend. So let's look at SPY on the daily. Well, I guess we were always in a downtrend when you really think about it, right? Look at this. We just got yesterday a higher high from this pivot to fill this gap. Gap filled and automatically reversed. So guess what? We are now heading back into a downtrend, and we will see how things start to play out. So with that, I'm here to help, and I just want you guys to know how much I appreciate you, and thank you for all the support that you're constantly providing. And my goal is to provide it back to you tenfold. So with that, happy Friday tomorrow, and I hope you have phenomenal plans for the weekend. I will put out the watch list on Sunday, so keep an eye out for it. We'll all talk soon. Thank you so much.